Hi everyone, this is Cape at Cape's Corner Creation, back again with another tutorial. Today we're going to work with paper bags as our base and make some paper bag clusters. I have a bucket of scraps with everything in here from paper and bling and ribbon and material, and then another one with just some paper scraps, and we're going to use these two bins and this paper bag and see. Let's get started. I mean, you don't need to use the paper bag, but I just want to use this today as my base. I need some more browns and tans. I'm working on a project, so I thought, well, might as well take you with me and do this together and see how many we can conjure up here out of our little pile. I'm just going to start by ripping a few of these into shapes, and some bigger ones, some smaller ones, and we'll go from there. I hope you're all well. This is going to be a little bit of rain this week. I'm not sure exactly when, but that's what the husband told me. I don't keep track of it that closely, but I just enjoy when the sun is shining. I'm good. So here we go. So we're going to just start with a bunch of little torn papers, and then I'm going to ink them, the edges, because as you see on this sample here, it just looks nice. It goes from paper bag to something. And the life begins to grow right off the paper. There we go. These are a bit small, but we can make bigger ones. You can make these any size. You know, they're good to put at the top of a page or atop of a journaling card, or, you know, anywhere in your journals that you need a little something and you're not sure what. You know, you might be stamping, but then you think, well, enough with that, and let's try something else. And these are just so cute, and great way to use your scraps, great way to use your scrap paper, your ribbons, your bling, all your little pieces. When you think they're just, I mean, looking at this, you would think that's just trash, but oh no, you don't want to waste anything. I mean, there is times when you have to throw things away, and I know that's painful for some of you, but in the long run, you always have plenty. And you think how small this is and how much you can get out of one bag. That's pretty good. Okay, so these little bits I am going to toss because we can't keep them all. I would need another room if I kept them all, and we don't want to do that. Okay, so we're going to start with this little piece of, this is a little piece of wrapping paper that I saved while many years ago. I'd saved it with something that my mother had wrapped for me and gave to me, and I just thought the paper was so beautiful, and I kept the big sheet of it. I still have most of it, and I've used a little bit here on the journals, and it's so pretty. See, now I was going to throw that little bit away, but I threw it back in the bowl, and sometime I'll use it, or sometimes I won't, and we'll see. But I don't throw everything away right off the bat. You know, the paper bag, well, a little scrap of paper bag I know I can get more of, but like that paper I can't get more of, so I'm a little more careful with that scrap. So I'm going to just glue this right on the paper bag, and as we layer, it becomes a little, you know, more, what's the word? A little stronger. You know, they're flimsy at first, but they get stronger as you layer them. Already this has changed, you know, the density is already changed, and it feels really good. And let's see what we can put on that. Maybe a little piece of lace under it. Use our paper bag and go under it. And I think I'm going to put a little bit of ink right on that. Darken that up a little bit. I think I like the lace on the bottom. There we go. So we're just going to, again, we're just going to put some glue on there. Set that right down. There we go. That looks nice. Now that's going to be a little tacky for a minute, so I'm going to take some of that off with the baby wipe. Because, you know, those baby wipes have so many purposes. Let's see if we have any gold bling in here. And if we don't, we will get some out of the drawer. But, oh, here's some words. That doesn't work. Here's more words. No, they're not the kind of words I want on there. But, you know, sometimes you got to be picky. Oh, here, this is pretty. That's part of that napkin. That's what I used up on this sample, just right there. This piece of fabric was off a piece of material I was working with. Normally I'd probably toss that, but I kept it. Let's see here. I do have another, actually the black doesn't look terribly bad. Maybe we'll put a little piece of that on there. Let's see. I have everything in this bucket but the gold. Some white pearl. No, it's not working. I'm stuck on the gold. Let me grab a piece of gold. I'm sure I have some somewhere. Here we go. Let's see. We'll be adding that to our scrap pile. Here we are. And this is self-sticking, so I'd like to put a piece there. And I think I'd like to put something else right there. Maybe another piece of lace or a piece of material. Let's see what's in the bucket. Oh my goodness. I like this little piece. That looks nice. Let me bring that up so you can see. How pretty is that? I think we're going to go with that little piece of lace. Now, there's not a lot of material to catch this, but we just put enough glue on it, it will adhere to your little cluster. And you can still see that pretty paper from underneath. There we go. That's so pretty. Let me show you. See how pretty that would look at the top of a page. Or a journaling card. You know, you get the idea. This is just a scrap paper, but how pretty is that? Okay, so there's two. Let's see if we can make all of these that I cut up here. This one needs more inking. My intent today was to work on scraps as I sorted out my space and cleaned it. And I thought, okay, the next few tutorials, I'm going to use these pieces. So that is my goal. So we made journaling, well, we made tags in the last video, and this is going to be our little clusters. And the next one I thought we'd do is, yeah, like backgrounds, you know, with scraps. We'll work on that. Okay, let's see. Let's put, I really like that, this paper here, this napkin paper. I think I'm going to put that on there. I'll put this one on this one. So we're going to just tear some of those words. Now, napkin is very, very thin. See, I just tore it. So when you work with this, I think I'm going to put it sideways, actually. So you have to be careful when you're tearing because it is really thin. So I'm going to put, I think maybe the bigger piece. What do you think? Yes, the bigger piece. And I'm going to put the glue down and then move outward because you can't go the other way, it will tear. Or it'll get all crumpled up and, oh, now it's stuck to me. See what happens? Okay, here we go. Gonna lay it down. There we go. And as best we can, tap it down because it is so fragile. You don't want to tear it with the glue. You know, you have to be careful when you're using napkins or tissue paper, things like that. There we go. Now, what else can we put on there? Some ribbon. Piece of ribbon right here. Yeah, we could do that. Put a little piece of ribbon. This is why you hang on to everything. I want these going the same way. We'll put a little glue on the back of there. There we go. And we can use another piece of that gold bling here. There we go. Look at that. That is so pretty. There we go. There's 3. And we have another one here. You know, I wouldn't make you watch this for hours and hours, but it is fun to do. And let's go to this big bucket and see what we have for paper. Oh, we have some of this. Let's see if we can use that and this. Oh, yes. Okay. So, we're going to put a little piece of this doily. And I'm going to ink that up because it just white, unless you're doing a project that's mostly white, I don't use it that often. And our paper bag here. I'm going to slip this over this way. Or do I want this on the bottom? Maybe on the bottom. But we want to use the side with the inking. There we go. So again, just put a little glue right across there. You know, you don't need a lot of glue. These little projects, they quick and easy and they don't need too much. But that's wet and tacky on the back. That'll take a little bit to dry because some of that glue is just in open space. So you got to remember that when you're working so you don't glue it to the project underneath you, the page underneath, or like my fingers. Oh my goodness. Let me wipe my fingers. I keep picking it up. Okay. And then I like the written word, and I'm going to use this old dictionary words. It's already so old. Look how easy it rips. And it definitely, it just looks nice. The old, when you get these old papers, and they're already like caramel color. Put that there. Oops, see that tore. You have to be very careful with these fragile papers. I'm going to try not to tear it again. It'll adhere to the paper because it's got glue on it. There we go. They're very nice. Now it needs a little bling or something. Let me see what's in the bucket, or a word. A word would be nice now. Let me see what I got one over here. Let's see what we have. They have words in here. I don't have very many words in here. Let me grab another one. This is what happens to your, this is exactly what happens to your little scrap bucket, is that you don't have the exact scrap, so you go back and guess what? And you get more. And you just keep building this bucket. But that's so fun because it is, it's all golden at the end of the day. I like words. I use them in my journals, and positive words are always a good inspiration. And everybody likes to hear nice things and good words. With so much going on in the world, everybody wants a little positive energy. Cherish every moment. I think that looks really nice. And we're going to stick that right on there. I'll just spread that glue out a little bit. Cherish every moment. But now this, to me, needs a little bit of color behind it. So let's see if we got a piece of colored paper here. A lot of browns and tans, but I do hope for a piece of green. Here we go. Maybe this, give it a little bit of color back there. Just a little bit. Just enough to pop out a little bit away from the brown. Get a little more ink and put the cover on my glue. Oh my goodness. I'm enjoying this so much and sharing with everybody. And I'm hoping to touch some people and that you get creative and test your limits. You know, we all have creativity inside of us. You just have to pull it out sometimes. I like that, just like that. Just a little bit of color. Put glue on the bottom there. There we go. Cute. See, it doesn't have to be a lot. It doesn't have to make sense. It just has to bring you joy. And then there you go. You know, everybody has different levels of creativity. So don't be afraid to test, you know, little things and work with what you have, because not everybody has, you know, fancy things. Or look at this. If I can get any more glue on me. But anybody can do this. You don't need fancy things. Like I was saying, you just have to be creative and, you know, work in your little bucket here. Like, I really like this piece of lace. I'm going to cut this one right here. I think we're going to start with that on the back of here. Maybe this way. I'm going to put some ink on that because, again, it's too white for me. There. It needs to look like it's been, you know, in Grandma's attic for a long time. There we go. And we'll put some glue on that. Lay that down. And the paper bags, I love it because they give it, you know, it gives it a whole new look. You know, right off the bat, you probably wouldn't know that those were paper bags. And how pretty is that? There we go. Now, what else do we want? Oh, I have these really pretty pink leaves. But how about we put something under it first? We have this little green paper. I think I like that. Or even under. How about that? We'll layer it under there. I'll turn it this way. And have the scallop edge showing. I think so. So we're just going to put some more glue down. Stick this right like that. Oh, I'm really liking that. And we'll put this pink leaves right on there. And then maybe I'll trim that a little bit. These are a little tricky to glue. You have to do like just a dab of glue is all you need on, here and there. You don't have to soak the whole thing. It's pretty good about sticking. And this glue is very fast drying, so we'll turn it over. We'll just place that down like so. Now again, some of these are wet because of the leaves. So I'm going to set that up on something that won't stick to. Let's trim this a little bit. Over here. There we go. I'm going to put my brush there so you can see it. Oh, how pretty is that? That will look so pretty on the top of a card. Let me see if I can grab a journal card here. Let's see. Well, here's one that's got something on the other side, but we can just put it here. And look how pretty. It's so pretty. You got lace, paper bag, pink leaves, some scrapbook paper, and just scraps. How pretty is that? So there we have it. I think we've made them all. So we made 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I had made that one ahead of time to show you. And how quick is that? And you could spend hours, you can spend hours doing that and using up your scraps. And what fun. So oh, look at me, I'm putting them where you can't even see them. So there we go. They're very fun to make. It's very easy, very fun, very fast, a little sticky, a little gluey, but in the long run, you have toppers for your journaling cards or your pages, your journaling pages, wherever you want to put them, and you can do any color, any little scraps that's in your bucket. So I'm sure yours will look different than mine because this is what was in my bucket. So good luck on that project. I hope you have fun doing that, and I thank you for spending time here today with me. And if you like my videos, please give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And remember to ring that bell so that you can get upcoming tutorials and videos. And check out my Etsy shop. There's going to be more and more things coming there. And some of the things there are on sale, and there are some new items there. So have fun looking, and thank you for coming. See you next time. Bye-bye.